A stranger saved my life, and I wish he didn't. I was walking down the street when I felt someone's fingers wrapping themselves around my arms. I immediately pulled my arm away and turned around. What I saw made my stomach drop to the floor. It was a man, around 6'5", wearing a ski mask. "Give me your effing purse," he said, and his voice was so deep that it scared me even more. I immediately handed over my Burberry bag with no hesitation, because my life is worth a lot more than a dumb bag, and I guess he expected me to struggle more, because for a few seconds he just stood there confused, staring at me, like he didn't know what to do next. It was so strange that I almost laughed out loud, but then he lunged at me again, and in the same scary voice asked, "What shoe size are you?" "I'm a size 5. I managed to get the words out between breaths. "My mom is the same. Hand them over." Well, now I was angry. My Burberry was like, whatever, it's replaceable. But my heels? They were red-bottom Christian Louboutin heels, and the ones I had weren't even in stock anymore. So now I was fighting. I elbowed him in the eye and told him to get the F off me. And as soon as he started fighting back, a mystery shadow came from the alley. "Hey, get off her!" the mystery shadow yelled. The guy robbing me looked up and threw a punch at the mystery shadow man, but the mystery shadow man dodged him. The mystery shadow man then shoved the guy off of me and started kneeing him in the ribs over and over. He didn't stop until the guy was on the ground begging to leave him alone. Then the man came over and introduced himself. "Hey, my name is Ernest. Are you okay?" I just stared at him, not knowing what to say. Adrenaline was still pumping through my body. My arm was bruised and my lip was swollen. Ernest handed me a bottle of water and spoke again. "Let me walk you to your car." I nodded because what else could I do? It's not like I was going to walk alone again after that, but as soon as I got in the passenger seat, I realized something. My arms hurt too much to drive from the attack. I couldn't do it. And I guess Ernest noticed, because that's when he asked a question. It seemed like a simple question at the time, but little did I know it was going to change everything. He asked, "Do you want me to call you an Uber?" I nodded and asked, "Can you come in the car with me?" Because at that point, I didn't want to be left alone with a man ever again. He agreed. We drove to the ER and Ernest waited with me in the waiting room. He let me sleep on his shoulder and even bought me snacks from the vending machine. They were expired, but I still appreciated the gesture. The whole time he didn't even try flirting with me. It really did seem like he'd protected me just to be kind instead of wanting to F. And honestly, that made me have a little crush on him. When the doctor finally came out to see me, I went into the room alone. But it's what happened next that is actually crazy. So I was coming out of the evaluation room and Ernest was still in the waiting room, waiting for me. I slowly limped towards him and noticed he was talking to someone over FaceTime. As soon as Ernest saw me, he turned off FaceTime and switched to audio call. He had AirPods in, but they were super cheap and old, so the sound was leaking through the AirPods, and when I sat beside him, I could hear everything they were saying. The guy he was on the phone with said, "Dude, I can't believe this actually worked. I should rob women in alleyways more often." Ernest laughed. "I know, right, dude? I'm hyped." The pieces clicked together. I recognized that voice. It was the same voice of the guy who'd robbed me. I slowly turned to face Ernest, and I guess he must have figured out that I was putting the pieces together, because his face was drained of color. He said to the guy on the phone, "Okay, dude, I gotta go," and he hung up. I spoke. "I heard that entire conversation. What the hell is going on? And if you try to lie to me, I will start screaming at the top of my lungs for help." Ernest buried his head in his hands like he was stressed. Okay. Well, you know the guy who robbed you?" "Yes," I responded, getting impatient. "Well, he's my boy." I stared at him in disbelief. "Ernest, what the F are you talking about?" Ernest started stammering. "I saw you walking earlier, and you looked so beautiful. So I asked my friend to wingman me and make me look good." My head was spinning. "So your friend pretended to attack me just so you could come in and save me and make yourself look good?" Everyone in the hospital turned to face us. I haven't left the house without my Swiss Pink C1 ST gun since.